is Rebeca Dubon, and the topic of my final project is COVID-19 or coronavirus. Coronavirus is a disease caused by any of a group of RNA viruses that can cause a variety of diseases in humans and animals. Because the virus puts senior people and people with specific diseases in high risk of death, a vaccine to treat the disease started being the main focus of scientists around the world. The vaccine that is currently considered to have a huge potential is the BNT162b2 vaccine, developed by Pfizer, an American corporation, and BioNTech, a German biotechnology company. To test the effectiveness of the vaccine, Pfizer and BioNTech test the vaccine in several trials and is said to have a 90 to 95% efficacy in preventing the disease. Based on Pfizer and BioNTech analysis of the vaccine, the vaccine has to be injected in the individual twice. The second time, usually 3 weeks after the first injection, in order to see positive results. However, despite the huge efforts in developing such a vaccine, it is still unknown how long the immunity to COVID-19 lasts once the 2 doses of the vaccine are given to subjects, mainly because the vaccine was developed with the intention to prevent and attack the virus from causing such strong symptoms in humans, not with the intention to develop a permanent immunity to COVID-19. The BNT162b2 is a vaccine based on mRNA delivered by lipid nanoparticles, whose main purpose is to develop the spike protein used by the virus to enter human cells. By making the spike proteins, the human body's immune cells are induced to start attacking such proteins, which leaves the immune cells with an immunity memory that will later, if the body is infected with the virus, fight the spike proteins produced by the virus to then eventually develop an immunity to the coronavirus. At first glance, people can easily identify that the COVID-19 vaccine was developed using a lot of biology. However, chemistry can also be spotted when the biology terms are carefully analyzed along with the required ideal environment that maintains the vaccine being effective. First of all, the biology term messenger RNA is related to chemistry. Messenger's RNA is a single-strand RNA molecule used to make proteins. Proteins are macromolecules or polymers composed of thousands of covalent connected atoms in a unique amino acid sequence. The spike proteins produced by the coronavirus, just like any other protein, have an amino acid sequence that is connected by covalent bonds, which are chemical bonds produced when 2 atoms or 2 compounds, in the case of the proteins, share electrons with each other. By sharing electrons, a water molecule is produced as a product of the chemical reaction. Another example is the biology term lipid nanoparticles. Lipid nanoparticles are non-viral gene delivery systems. These are composed of lipids, which are also macromolecules. Unlike proteins, which are composed of amino acids, lipids are composed of fatty acids and are considered nonpolar macromolecules. By being nonpolar, lipids are insoluble in water, or H2O, which is a polar molecule. Lastly, but not least, the mRNA-based BNT162b2 vaccine is required to be stored at -70 degrees Celsius, as well as the vaccine being frozen at -20 degrees Celsius. Such cold temperatures are required in order to maintain the vaccine being effective. The reason why such cold temperatures are required is because the vaccine is based on mRNA, a large molecule that can be destroyed or degraded so easily if not stored at the right temperature. If the temperature is not right, the vaccine will not work, and that's the chemistry behind the vaccine. The creative part of my project is the drawing. I drew this with the intention to emphasize how the world is changing, how many cases of coronavirus are, how many people have died, how many people have been infected and been recovered, and how the virus actually looks. Another thing that I wanted to emphasize was the people who is working in the medical field. They're working every day in order to treat and save patients of coronavirus. And lastly, I wanted to relate with the vaccine. So you can see that BNT162b2 vaccine is being injected in the world, which means there's hope that the world can recover. And another thing that I want to emphasize is that a vaccine is based in mRNA, which is the chemistry behind the vaccine. Thank you.